Hey, what's up you guys? It is Ty, and today I am talking about the one singular, all-inclusive, eye-opening moment when I realized I was transgender. So I get this question a lot, people asking me, when did you know you were trans? So I feel like in their minds maybe they're picturing some divine realization where Satan ascended from hell and rubbed his ballsack on my forehead and told me I was a tran. But that's actually not how it happened. This question is a really difficult question to answer because it has a lot of different interpretations. Like, I'm not quite sure if you're asking me when I knew I was a boy, when I found out what transgender was and felt that that applied to me, or whenever I finally accepted that transitioning was the best move for me and decided to go through with it. So in order to just cover all my bases, I'm going to talk about all three of those things today. So first off, when did I know I was a boy? The simple answer to that is always. I mean, I was showing the signs at a very young age. I was always a tomboy, as a kid. And before you start gender policing me, I do know that the whole girls like Barbies, boys like monster trucks thing is totally ridiculous and your interests don't necessarily reflect your gender, but I am going to give examples of how as a child I did present and identify very much as any typical young boy would. So one of the earliest major things I can remember is just going to kindergarten in my light up Spiderman sneakers with my Spiderman lunchbox, matching backpack, and having a teacher ask me if those were hand-me-downs from a big brother. Joke's on her, I don't have a big brother, I just am literally Spider-Man. Most 5-year-old girls don't want to be Spider-Man. That doesn't mean that a girl can't want to be Spider-Man and also be a girl, but just saying, I wanted to be Spider-Man, not Spider-Woman. Another thing from my childhood is when me and my older sister would play games and make up imaginary characters for ourselves and act out those characters. She is very much a girly girl, and I obviously am not, was not, ever. So, her characters would always be princesses and fairies and shit like that. I, on the other hand, always wanted to be Army Man or Ash Ketchum or Spider-Man, any other video game or comic book character that I was into. But they were always consistently male characters that I was playing as. Also, as kids, me and my sister got to decorate our own rooms, and the theme for her room was fairies, and she had little porcelain animals and rabbits and stuff, and pink walls and a big canopy over her bed with sparkles and shit on it. My room, on the other hand, had navy blue walls and was entirely sports themed with my PlayStation set up and all my little action figures across my dresser. So walking into her bedroom versus my bedroom, you would sort of come to the conclusion that, one is for a girl and the other's for a boy. And that was just what I enjoyed and what I wanted, and I was really lucky to have parents who let me explore that and express that how I wanted to. The final thing that I'm going to talk about from my childhood that was a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway is whenever I got myself into a little bit of trouble at school. See, when I was in 3rd grade, my teacher would always have us line up in a boys line and a girls line so we could walk down the hallway in our little gender lines and go to the bathroom together. And I was extremely persistent about refusing to line up with the girls, and that got me an email sent to my parents and a little talking to from my teachers. And that was kind of one of the first times I realized what the fuck? What's going on? This isn't, back then I didn't know anything about gender roles and shit like that. I just knew that I should have been lining up with the boys. And honestly, I found that whole experience extremely triggering. So next, I'm going to talk about when I found out what it meant to be trans. This was when I was in 8th grade, and I knew that I was attracted to girls, and I was watching a lot of LGBT videos and stuff on YouTube, but I didn't know what the T stood for in the acronym. So I googled what does the T in LGBT stand for and came up with the answer transgender. And that just led me further and further into the rabbit hole until I started watching FTM transformation videos. I saw guys going on testosterone and transitioning, and it was a holy shit moment for me. Mostly fear, because it fit me so well, and I was so scared that someday I was going to want to do that and everyone was going to hate me and my family wouldn't accept me, and I just couldn't let myself do that, so I had to shut it all out. So that's when I kind of realized oh shit, I better not ever go near this again or else I'm gonna fucking want to do this. So that was kind of a big moment. Alright, finally I'm going to talk about when I decided to transition. Now, this actually wasn't one of those grand decision type things. It sort of happened over a period of time of me allowing myself to explore my gender a little more, and I kind of realized that, all this depression and all this anger and things that I felt inside kind of had a root in me not feeling like I was in the right body. So I kind of told myself that I would wait until I moved away to college and then transition then. But honestly, knowing that's what I wanted to do and trying to make myself wait kind of ate me apart inside, and I ended up just talking to my mom about it and in a way coming out a lot earlier than I ever expected. And she sort of was like, you know, if that's what you want to do, then let's do it. And that was more of the moment when I realized, like, oh shit, yeah, let's make this happen. Like, I'm ready. Like, I really want to fucking do this. So hopefully this video answered the question of when I knew I was trans. You guys can leave your stories in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See, when I was in 3rd grade, I thought that I was gay because I could draw. Not really. When I was in 3rd grade,